What's up, guys? Godzilla Man here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my Godzilla official guide to the King of the Monsters book. It's like an overview, so I'll just be flipping through the pages because it has original artwork and rare behind-the-scenes photographs, but it also has insights and trivia for every Godzilla movie. Now, I'm not going to be, reading all the facts or anything, but I will be showing you guys just everything that's inside. So, I was getting glare from my light. So the only way I could really show you guys in a way that's not angled too bad is, if I prop it up in my chair and have my tripod holding my phone. So, first screenshot here is from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, the Heisei, and we have 1954 Godzilla and Shin Godzilla here. I'll try to grab like that so my whole arm isn't like, ah. So we have the introduction here with Godzilla's foot. And it starts with the Showa era, so it goes by, or they separate it, by the different Godzilla eras, and I do like this artwork here. It shows all of the Showa movies in order. So we start with Godzilla 1954. Actually, I'm going to come over here. We have the poster of Godzilla 1954. Oh yeah, this is better on this side than just my hand moving the pages. So we have some shots from 1954 here. Some movies have more stuff than others, so 54 has a decent amount in this book. And now that's pretty cool here. I'm going to move it a little to show you guys. This is pretty cool here. He actually looks pretty scary there. And this art here is really cool as well. So more 1954. Now, Godzilla raids again. We have the poster for the movie. And some stuff from the movie. Got Godzilla and Anguirus there. It's really cool. Next movie is Godzilla versus, or King Kong versus Godzilla. So we got the movie poster there. And some shots from the movie. Really cool. The next movie is Mothra versus Godzilla. And there's the poster again. And there's Mothra in all her awesomeness. I love Mothra. And there's Mothra grabbing Godzilla like, ah, pulling him away. I love that. Got more of Godzilla, Mothra there, and a really cool screenshot here. I don't know, it's technically probably not a screenshot, but I call it a screenshot. Next movie is Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster. We got some stuff from the movie. In black and white, and then in color. This is pretty cool. The next movie is Invasion of Astro Monster, where Ghidorah is the villain again. And Godzilla fights him again. We've got Rodan there as well. And the goofy UFOs. With the goofy aliens. There's Godzilla doing his dance. I like that. I love that so much. Godzilla doing his victory dance after beating Ghidorah. Ebra, Horror of the Deep. This one was actually my third Godzilla movie after Godzilla vs. Gigan and Godzilla vs. Megalon. And I don't remember Mothra being in there. That's probably because I haven't watched the movie in years. So I'd like to go back because now I have the Criterion collection. So now I have on Blu-ray the movies that I was missing from the the DVD collection that I have, because Ebra Horror of the Deep, or it was called on the VHS Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, and Godzilla vs. Gigan, I have no idea where they're at, but I had them on VHS tape. Son of Godzilla is next. So yeah, we got Milla, or whatever his name is. There's that's a cool double page thing there. Okay, now this is pretty cool right here. I like this. This shot right there is really cool. Then we got, I forget his name, but the big spider. I think Komonga. I could be wrong, but I think it's Komonga. As much as I like Godzilla, I should know that. Destroy All Monsters is next. And I could be wrong, but I believe in the actual Godzilla timeline, this movie, yes, because this movie takes place in 1999. It didn't come out in 1999, but the movie, it took place in 1999. Again, if I'm getting this wrong and getting things mixed up, go ahead and correct me in the comments, because as much as I love Godzilla, I'm not going to claim I'm the biggest expert, and sometimes my memory isn't the best, so I might be getting it wrong, but in the timeline, this, I believe, is the last movie, but there were more movies after that came out, so like the real life releases, you know, there were more movies, but in their timeline, this happened after all the other ones, even with Mechagodzilla. So I love Gorosaurus right there. I always thought Gorosaurus was cool when I was younger. I still think he's cool, but I was like, hey, he's like a T-Rex size, Godzilla-sized T-Rex looking thing, even though I don't think he's really a T-Rex, but when I was younger, I was like thinking, oh yeah, it's a T-Rex. So I love this right here. What we got? I believe, yeah, that's Baragon. Baragon's pretty cool. There's Anguirus. Manila, because everybody was in that movie. Yeah, and there's Godzilla when he was attacking. I believe. Yeah, I was right. That's when Godzilla in that movie was attacking New York City. So there was a Godzilla attacking New York before '98. Haha. So chronologically, after is All Monsters Attack, but like I said, the movies from here on in the Showa era, in the timeline of the movies, took place before, but the movies came out after. So this one was more of a kid's movie about a kid dreaming about being on Monster Island, and you could see this looks like the behind the scenes with Gabra. He only showed up in this movie, and what I wonder is if in the universe of these movies, is he real, or was he just a monster that was in the kid's dream to represent being bullied in real life? You know what I mean? Like he was kind of Manila's bully. It was like more of a kid's movie, like, hey, stand up for yourself and all that kind of stuff. Godzilla vs. Hedorah. I have, oh, that's really cool with Hedorah there, and then him flying, and Godzilla, like, probably being attacked. But out of all the Showa movies, I think Godzilla vs. Hedorah here was one of the last ones I've seen because I had the classic media DVD release and it didn't have this in it. And I believe my dad and I got the DVD for this movie later on. I was like, oh, I didn't know this movie existed. And I think I've only watched it once or twice, but probably twice, I think. But I'd like to do a rewatch. So it's a very different Godzilla movie, but it is really awesome that he flies. And there he is, chowing down on some, pollution. Godzilla vs. Gigan. My first Godzilla movie that I was ever introduced to. And if it wasn't for Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla Final Wars, might be my favorite Godzilla movie. I don't know. We have the Godzilla Tower thing there, and Gears was in it, Ghidorah was in it, so there was a lot going on, and that was my obviously introduction, since it was my first Godzilla movie, to King Ghidorah, so that was really awesome. And I watched on VHS the English dub version, so I saw the version where Godzilla and Anguirus are talking to each other. Like, come on, Anguirus, all right, all right. In the Japanese version, I saw that they put speech bubbles, but in the English version, they had the actual, like, voice acting. Godzilla vs. Megalon for the second Godzilla movie that I've ever seen. We got Jet Jaguar. I really think Jet Jaguar is cool. Saw a YouTube video talking about how there was a contest for kids to design their own Godzilla monster, and the kid that won made Jet Jaguar, but he looked a lot different. Toho changed it to look more like, I would say Ultraman, but I think he looks like, I think it's Zone Fighter. Yeah, and there's him. There's Megalon. He's pretty cool. He has those little, like, grenades that come out of his mouth, and his laser. He's like a big old beetle with drills. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I was like, it's kind of sad that kid didn't get his vision totally, or his idea, his custom character fully the way he made it in that movie. So as much as I love Jet Jaguar, that is sad that, they changed it. King Caesar or Caesar. I always thought I never really liked him because to me, he just looked goofy, like some ugly dog thing. But yeah, you see some Godzilla movies, they only show. So here's the poster, and then so we're getting towards the end. Well, more than towards. We're actually at the end, the last movie of the Showa era, Terror of Mechagodzilla. So this one had Titanosaurus, so you got some cool scenes with both of them. Now we got the Heisei era, and look at this beautiful art of Mothra. I love this so much. Starting off, Return of Godzilla, and there's the poster for that. And here's some behind the scenes. There we go, with Godzilla there and some shots from the movie. Right here, it's like they tried to make him look scary, but it looks a little goofy. But he kind of does look menacing. He's like, ooh, I don't like you. It's kind of cool. I still only have this movie on VHS tape. Criterion is supposed to be coming out, and this is really cool, by the way, here. And then here's, sorry, I'll finish in a second, because look at that. They had an animatronic. It was a guy in a suit, but they also had an animatronic, and that is epic and scary at the same time. Five Nights at Godzilla's. But Criterion is coming out with a new release of Godzilla vs. Biollante. I believe it's a 4K, which is really cool, but I hope that maybe they re-release and reprint Return of Godzilla, kind of like the Godzilla 2000 Blu-ray, at least, where it has the Return of Godzilla and then also the Americanized version with Raymond Burr. I hope they do that, because The Return of Godzilla is pretty expensive to get on Blu-ray. DVD, I think too, but probably not as much. But I haven't checked in a while. So got some behind the scenes with Biollante. Or, when I first got this movie on DVD as a kid, I called him Billinate. So I just refer to him as Billinate because it's funny to me. So you got Godzilla there. There we go. The classic. I believe. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, the Heisei version. Or the Heisei one. There we go with Godzillasaurus. I thought that was pretty cool how they made Godzilla a pre-existing dinosaur in this era of Godzilla. There's the Dorats that turn into King Ghidorah, but also Mecha King Ghidorah. There's time travel in this movie, and it was really, really different, but pretty action-packed. Godzilla vs. Mothra. I think it was also referred, yeah, because my DVD of it is called, it was called Godzilla Mothra Battle for the Earth. But it's also just Godzilla vs. Mothra, and there's Batra, an evil version of Mothra. Sounds like Rodan when he roars. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. There's Godzilla Jr. They didn't have Manila. They had a new baby Godzilla in this movie. It's pretty cool. There's Mechagodzilla 2. Or Super Mechagodzilla with the extra backpack laser, whatever you call that. Godzilla's right there. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. There's Mogira assisting Godzilla to fight Space Godzilla with all his crystals. That scene right there is really cool in the movie. Because Space Godzilla, there's a really big challenge for Godzilla. And Godzilla vs. Destroya to finish off. And look at this shot of Destroy. I love Destroy. He's so cool. He's so badass looking. And there he is, right here. In this shot, behind the scenes, I believe. And there's Burning Godzilla behind the scenes there. And there's really cool there. Alright, now the Millennium era. Look at King Ghidorah. That is sweet. The orange and the yellow. First off, Godzilla 2000, my favorite Godzilla movie, and will be the topic of the podcast next week. There's Godzilla 2000. I believe he's also referred to as Miri Goji, but I could be wrong. I just call him Godzilla 2000. And there's Godzilla and Orga fighting in a double-page spread, which is really, really nice. Godzilla vs. Mechagearus. GMK. There's a close-up shot of GMK Godzilla just looking all evil. Now this is a cool shot. The orange and, you know, destruction behind him and just his like eyes, and you know, that looks really cool. Here's a double page spread. Well, not fully double, but comes on to here with Godzilla and King Ghidorah fighting there in the movie. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. I like the duology here as well. So we have Kiryu, my favorite Mechagodzilla. A whole bunch. There he is. Tokyo SOS. I'm actually going to watch Tokyo SOS this weekend. There he is with his big maser cannon. There's the Mothra larva and all that kind of stuff as well. And my second favorite Godzilla movie, Godzilla Final Wars. Monster X. I love Monster X. He's so cool. And look, got Gigan. We got Hedorah's back. Got Godzilla and Manda. The Manda scene actually was pretty cool with it fighting the Gotenga. And there we go. Kaiser Ghidorah. Zilla. And King Caesar actually looks pretty cool in this movie. I love when his ears go up. He's like, no! And he's running to Godzilla. Now we got Reiwa. And Shin. We got Shin here. There's his earlier forms. I believe that's his second, and then that's his third. Because his first form was when his tail was just coming out of the water. I believe maybe he was a tadpole-like thing. I'm not, I think so. Here's the anime trilogy. So I don't have too much on here. But, I mean, it was an anime, so all you're really going to get is screenshots from the movie, not really too much behind the scenes when it comes to the pictures, but it has some info. And now the American films. 1998. They really have nothing on 1998, which would be kind of cool, because they did try to do, like, edit that out. Godzilla 2014. King of the Monsters. They don't have too much on these. Godzilla vs. Kong. And other mediums. Whoop. Television, we got the Godzilla shows. Got Zone Fighter and Godzilla the series. Bambi meets Godzilla, yep. Godzilla Singular Point. Manga and comic books. That's Godzilla in Hell. Godzilla in Hell is my favorite book of all time. We have some Godzilla comic book art there. More Godzilla comic book stuff. And the video games. So we have some pictures of the games. And then we have the closing and index. So yeah, that's it. If you guys enjoyed, awesome. Stick around next week for the podcast. Peace out.